Hi everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Amy.
And I'm Sarah, and today we're going to be discussing Crossroads by Devney Perry.
The first few minutes we're going to do a brief review of this story without any spoilers. Then we are going to shift into a deeper book discussion. It's going to include lots of spoilers, but don't worry. As always, we are going to let you know before we do shift into that deeper book discussion.
That's right. So before we dive in, Amy, tell us what Crossroads is all about.
A young woman returns to a cattle ranch resort that she frequented with her sick father over the years as she grew up after having purchased it. The owner's son, who is set to inherit it, doesn't take the news lightly and spars off with his new owner and former childhood love. Sarah, what did you think about Crossroads?
I was so here for this.
It's so
this male main character, I mean, they had me at flannel. I was like, yes, sign me up. I went on vacation there. This story was just it was so good. I love the kind of, there's some banter and there's some tension, really good tension.
Some good tension.
But there's so much depth to the story. There's a lot of heart to the story. Did I mention the flannel and the male main character? I mean, yum. I'm a sucker for that.
Sign me up.
What did you think?
I love a good ranch story, and I enjoyed the story so much. Like you said, the banter, the tension, chef's kiss. I enjoyed the hospitality aspects of this as well. I have a job in hospitality, so I enjoyed reading about that from that perspective. It is a dual timeline and dual POV, and I liked both of those points as well.
I'm a big fan of that. I love when you get like the dual point of view, but I also love a dual timeline.
Me too.
So you blend the two, and I'm so excited.
Same. All right, let's get into those ratings. Angst.
This was just a 1 for me.
I was a little higher, 1.5.
Yeah, and I kind of debated on that because I was like, there is definitely some angst to the story, but it wasn't unbearable, I guess.
It was more the unknown components of the story
absolutely.
That was angsty, but it wasn't overwhelming. Humor.
This was like 0.5.
Okay, I did 1, and I felt like that was probably high.
Yeah, I could see it being between 0.5 and 1. It kind of depends on your sense of humor and stuff. But yeah, there's some funny moments.
I agree. Spiciness.
I gave it a 1.5.
I did 1.75. We're just flowing together.
I know. It had just enough tension. It has a little sprinkle of spice.
Yes.
And everything nice. And it was a delight. Did I mention the flannel?
All right, tears.
This was a 1.25 because there's some aspects to it. You've already mentioned her dad is sick. So throughout that, it's sad. And then also there's a component to the story that just kind of makes me like, oh, you know?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I did 1.5. I didn't actually cry. There was a scene or two I did tear up. And like you said, there's definitely some points in the story that hit harder than others.
For sure.
All right, overall?
Overall, this is a 4.5 for me.
Me too.
It was so good. See, now
I know.
Our ratings.
This was a win for sure.
It was such an incredible story, and I love her writing. I am so here for the ranch aspects and the flannel.
All right, that concludes a spoiler-free quick review of this story. If you would like to continue with us on into the deeper discussion, simply click that link below, or you can open any podcast platform and simply search Post-Book Depression. We would absolutely love to connect with you on social media. You can find us on Instagram at Post-Book Depression Podcast. You can find us on Facebook in our Post-Book Depression discussion group, and you can also email us at postbookdepressionpodcast@gmail.com.